So yesterday, when market closed on Friday, we can clearly see the XY rose quite a lot. So it was a loss, quite a strong push just before market closing. We saw about nearly how many point is this rise? Nearly 1.9, nearly about 1.5 rise in the XY just before market closed. Indication, that probably a last gasp. It looks like a last gasp before next week when market really returns to market really opens. We can see DXY falling again downwards because it was reaching a quite strong. Let me get on my screen first. Quite strong resistance of 50 EMA line. So as you can clearly see, this 50 EMA line is a quite strong resistance level, and it didn't reach there. It just closed. The market closed before that. But next week, most likely, what's going to happen is as soon as the price reaches there, we might see a strong sell-off. As you know, there is rising tension between US and China, which is going to affect the markets in coming days. And there are predictions that this tension could escalate a lot and could affect a lot of sanctions from both countries to each other on products and exports and imports, which is going to affect the market a lot, and which could we could see DXY really falling back to lows of where it was about 3 days ago now, 795.75 levels. And, then if that level, breaks this level, the support line, which has been there for quite a long time, the daily support line has been there for quite a long time. If that level breaks, then we can see DXY breaking all the way low to this 4-hour trend channel support. So this is the 4-hour trend channel support that it could reach to if that level breaks. So quite a risky day for dollar right now. It's trending, waters which it can really drown. DXY could really drown big time. We can see euro rising, breaking above that 1.5 level, which hasn't been able to break, which we expected to break yesterday, after we saw another massive push into this resistance line. This is hourly resistance line, which has been retesting for quite a long time. It did try to break on the ECB decision, but it didn't able to break. We thought yesterday it could break because we saw another massive push in it. But again, sellers came in the market and pushed the price down just about here. So that just indicates that buyers are still not willing to buy euro above this level. But it could all change next week when, all the EU leaders meet up for the fiscal policy. And they want to discuss another fiscal policy which they can, come up with and, help countries, less able countries with money problems, with job problems, employment problems. And if that goes through and if they do come into an agreement, then, we can see finally Europe breaking above this level and reaching, highs of 1.46 and 1.5, even 1.5. So big day for dollar, big day for euro. If dollar, we can see find DXY plummets, euro is going to fly, and it's going to fly big time. So keep an eye, guys, for keep an eye for euro next week. It's going to be a big movement. It's going to be some massive movements in euro in coming days. Also, GPSD, let's quickly like GPSD. GPSD is quite, nicely trending. If you look at my charts right now on a 4-hour time frame, it reaches this support level. So we are watching the support level quite closely. Whenever price reaches here, we are looking to buy only because we know historically as well. And, from 8th of July, since the start of this month, literally, whenever price reaches here, we can see a massive spike up. But so we are going to keep a close eye on this level, which is between 1.2489 to 1.2428, 1.2528. So you can draw this level on your own charts as well. Keep an eye for this again. So when market closed, GPSD closed above this 50 MA. So right now is acting as a support. It was acting as a resistance before when price was below this. Now is acting as a support, and it's giving again. If I just quickly get box quickly here, I can draw a small. So I can see a small support here as well. You can see a small support just about here. Just like this. This could be a 50-minute support level. I'll just go on a short time frame in a bit and see what's really happening here. So we can clearly see this is a quite good time to buy. Let me get my trend line. I can see a trend line here as well. So we can at least GB could rise all the 1.261 level to retest this trend line before we can see a downward momentum. But most likely GP is a buy in coming days. There are some more positive news from UK compared to other countries in the world. UK is progressing quite swiftly in terms of lockdown easing. There are going to be more lockdown easing on 20th of July, which is good for the currency itself and good for the economy. Let's look at quite short time frame charts. So short time frame, I can see a support as well quickly here. So breaking, price just about broke above this support resistance level. Now it's resistant because price is below it. It's just about broke above this resistance by not massive momentum downwards or market close, indicating that next week when market really opens, we can finally see seller pushing the price upwards to this downtrend line, 4-hour downtrend line. So GPUSD does look like a buy, same as your USD. Another pair we're closely watching USD JPY. As you know, USD JPY and dollar, JPY and dollar are both safe haven pairs. But you know, Japanese are showing a lot of coronavirus cases. Japanese are reporting a lot more coronavirus cases than they were reporting previously. So this is going to affect the economy. Plus, they are thinking of a lower interest rate decision. They are thinking right now the interest rate decision is I don't know about 3-4%, and they're thinking of decreasing it. So as you know, when a country or a government decides to decrease the interest rate decision, that's not good for currency usually plummets. So that's why currently we can see USD JPY hanging on at this level of 1.64 level. Hasn't been able to break below this level just off yet. Is still hanging on. So if I see more bad news from Japan, I would be looking to buy USD JPY, because in terms of Japanese and dollar and yen, dollar is always more stronger. So people will always go for dollar in terms of safe haven when it comes to Japanese yen and dollar. So we can expect Japanese yen to drop against dollar. We can also see we are forming a kind of a uptrend line here. If you can see this line, so when our price switches here, we do have some kind of momentum up. So if I go by this technical analysis basis only, I could expect this price to rise at least above to this trend line levels of our daily uptrend line. So why is that? Because whenever price reached here, so you can see one time reached here, price went all the way there. Second time when we reached here, price retested this uptrend line, daily uptrend line. So we expect the same thing to happen to price to market to open, and let's see how market plans out to price to go and retest this level again. So that's the outlook for gold pairs and sorry, not gold pairs, sorry, USD pairs. So not a lot of USD pairs are going to be moving next week. It's most like GPs, USD JPY, and DXY are the main thing that is going to be moving next week. Let's quickly look at gold. So gold again. Currently, let me just go to short time frame. It'll be easier for us to understand. So currently, again, lingering between, as I said, into this between this level. So 1790 and 1880 so nothing major right now, up and down. So again, but next week again, as I said, if DXY really plummets, we can see gold shooting off to back to highs of 1816, and even that breaks back to highs of 1826. But I do not think gold is that bullish as of yet. I do not expect gold to really break this level as of yet. We do expect gold to drop back to 1805 levels, around this level here, this support level here, early start of the next week, because this is a place where buyers will be more than willing to buy rather than this high, because this is quite high for buyers to really enter as a trade, because sellers will be present just about here. So nobody wants to enter trade for about 2-3 points. So as an investor, so what you're looking to do is wait for gold to drop 1805, so you can get at least 7 to 8 points as your risks, as your reward, and about 2 to 3 points as a risk. Because right now, if you enter as a buy, you have to risk about 6 points for 4 points, which doesn't matter. Risk to reward is quite bad on that trade. So what we want is gold to drop. That's what investor would have been wanting. So most likely gold will drop all the way back to here. Then probably we look for a buy entry at 1805 all the way to 1813. So our forecast for gold is earlier next week when the market opens, we expect gold to drop, and then gradually gold should be moving up as the more fundamental news comes out from China and US and the trade tension that's going on. Now we're going to look at some news for next week. So Monday, as always fairly quiet. We have a China news. Republic of China loan prime rate. This doesn't really move the market. It's most for stocks indices, so we're not going to really pay attention to that. So not really major news on Monday. Tuesday we have a AUD RBA meeting minutes. Again, this meeting minutes tells you what's the fiscal policies are, what do they expect from economy, and what do they expect from interest rate decision. Are they going to keep a hold? Are they going to increase? Are they going to decrease in coming days or in the next interest rate decision meeting? But again, this is not going to be something that important for us. It's only mostly important for AD pairs, and AD pairs are something which is not moving quietly for some time. So we're going to be ignoring that news as well. But we are interested in core retail sales for Canadian news. So this is quite important news that we were interested in. So last time, as previously when it came out last time was minus 22%. They're expecting a rise of 12.5%, but anything below 10% will actually tank USD CAD. So let's quickly get USD CAD. Where's USD CAD? Okay, let's see USD CAD. So again, USD CAD, as I said, testing a support level, not really moving, ranging for quite a long time, nearly since start of 16th of July for about 2-3 days. It's just been ranging. So that news could really move the market. So for example, let's see if the news comes less than 10%, what could happen is we can see USD CAD coming back to 1.355 level. No, USD. If news comes, sorry, we can expect USD CAD to go up because we are buying US dollar when we sell CAD. So when news comes bad for CAD, we can expect dollar to rise around this level. So break this resistance, trend line resistance, and rise above this level. If it comes bad, we expect USD CAD to drop. If it comes good, basically. So for example, let's say it comes around 15% or 16%, then we can expect USD CAD to drop back to 1.355 level, and then if that level breaks, then we can expect USD CAD to drop all the way back to this 4-hour support level, which is 1.35 level. It could happen, guys. It could happen. You can clearly see DXY is dropping. So good news for CAD could send dollar down quite miserably, quite strongly. So look at another news. We got some CAD news again on Wednesday. As existing home sales, this is something we'll be looking at quite closely because this indicates how much, when a state market is good in a country, that shows how good the economy is. That shows the power of purchasing power of a country. That shows the purchasing power of a consumer. So if that news comes good, we can expect DXY to really rise. But if that news comes bad, then it's just gonna add fuel to the fire, and DXY could start plummeting more and more. So again, keep an eye for Wednesday 3 o'clock news. This is something quite going to be a quite important news for dollar. Again, Thursday we have initial jobless claims. Again, as you remember last week, initial jobless came really bad compared to what they're expecting. So again, anything above this number is just gonna keep make dollar to tank again more and more. But anything above this number would be a bear sentiment, but I do not expect anything to change. When that news comes good or bad, we expect dollar to keep dropping. There's enough bearish momentum in dollar for dollar to really move upwards as of yet. So these are the main news for next week, guys, that we're looking at. Again, if you have any questions right now, you can ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer you and help you. And yeah, just ask me any questions if you have. Nasdaq, let's look at the NAS 100 USD. Nasdaq is not really doing anything. I mean, as I said, let me just go to daily. It's like in a bubble right now. So it has risen a lot. It's the highest ever. So it could go down if the rising tensions between US and China keeps going up. If there's something massive news comes up, for example, Chinese are putting more sanctions and Trump is retaliating with more sanctions, then yes, Nasdaq could go down all the way to this daily EMA support level of 9995. US 30 on Monday to go up again. You won't really know what's happening on US 30 until the market opens on Monday, because there's going to be quite a lot of news between now and Monday. So you have to keep an eye on fundamentals. Most likely it will go down because as the news are coming between China and US escalating tensions, most likely all the stocks in the world will go down. Compared to indices forex. So everything against dollar will go up, and most likely stocks around the world will fall. That includes FTSE, D30 or German 30 index, and so on. If it goes down, that will be mark of not sure as of yet. We have to see the market to make its move. I cannot say anything about US 30 as of yet. I need to really see how it drops, where it drops still, and has some support level at this support line. This is a daily trend line. It will find some support at 262 level. So if that level breaks, then yeah, maybe it could go to 26,000. Sorry, but as of yet, I can't really tell. What could happen is market just do a fake breakout and move upwards. So we have to really see how market plans out on Monday. When we see some more fundamental news coming in from US and China. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, you can always ask us on WhatsApp, Instagram. We are more than happy to help you. Also, we have we teach you. So if you have any questions about any indicator that you're trying to use or you're trying to learn, do ask us. We're more than happy to help you as well. Thank you so much.